let's take a look at our top selections for Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer. One of the feature races at Monmouth on the Haskell undercard is the Grade 3 Matchmaker. Let's take a look at this field. Fillies and mares going 1.1 miles on the turf. 7 entered. Chad Brown has 4, and he doesn't have the favorite, Mike.
Yeah, he's not going to have the favorite in this race. That's a little bit surprising, I guess. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, they have the right morning line favorite, Juliet Foxtrot. She's way the horse to beat in here.
And she's a Grade 1 stakes winner. She took him gate to wire in the Jenny Wiley 2 starts back, and our friends at Time for US believe similar tactics are on tap. We throw up the pace projector. Juliet Foxtrot expected to make the lead. Stretch out sprinter No Mercy Percy, who might be the longest shot on the board, pressing. That's a nice situation for Juliet Foxtrot.
Yeah, it is. That's how she likes to run. They like to get her out there on the front end. If she can get clear early in this race, she's probably going to be pretty hard to run down.
Personally, I think if Always Shopping is a little bit aggressively ridden out of the gate, she can take up a good tracking position in second or third. She has that kind of tactical speed. She's a very versatile filly. She got very good when stretched out at Gulfstream over the winter at longer distances, and she's been in some tough spots in her last few races. She's a very nice fit here for Pletcher.
Yeah, that's what I think, too. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, she was never going to win the Grade 1 just a game last time. They cut her all the way back to 1 mile in there. She didn't run well. But that was probably just too tough of a spot for her. I feel like she's a much better fit in this race, and I agree with you. Her tactical speed sort of makes her really interesting here because she can get a good trip.
Chad Brown has the 2 Great Island, and Great Island was really compromised by the race was run last time out at Pimlico. Let's watch the Grade 3 Gallarette. Mean Mary is a top horse. She doesn't need a lot of help, but she was able to walk on the lead. Great Island tried to rally widest from the back of the pack. All things considered, this was a very good third.
Yeah, nothing wrong with this performance from this mare now. I mean, she had a real shot at second there, but the runner-up, Vigilante's Way, who's actually in really good form right now, just got a better trip than she did. I thought this horse ran well last time.
Chad also has the 3 Counterparty Risk, who won the Endeavor at Tampa Bay earlier this year. Let's watch her last race, the Eatontown at Monmouth. It was a weirdly run race where a pace setter, a long shot Valletta, was setting the pace well off of the rail. Counterparty Risk was inside, cut the corner throughout. I talked to Chad earlier this week, and he says that Counterparty Risk isn't the kind of filly that likes to be down inside. So the instructions on Saturday, get her into the clear on the outside.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll see if that works out. I mean, as far as I can remember from basically all of her starts, all she does is rally along the inside, and that includes her win in the Grade 3 Endeavor when she came right up the rail and won the race. So we'll see if it makes any kind of a difference. I sort of think it's not going to make a difference, but we'll see.
No Mercy Percy stretching out in distance off this effort. Third place finish sprinting, going 5 furlongs. That should sharpen this 7-year-old speed. But she's in a really tough spot, stretching out against some legitimate graded stakes horses. You're going to see her kick on late. The 5 might be a little bit sharp. These might be a little bit tough.
Yeah, I think all those things are true. I mean, I guess we'll see how much speed she shows in here, but she's going to be a big price.
Juliet Foxtrot, the horse to catch and beat for trainer Brad Cox. That's the number 5, gate to wire winner of the Jenny Wiley. What'd you make of her last race, the Grade 3 Mint Julep? She sat off of the pace. She took over turning into the stretch, and I like the filly that beat her minted, but I think Cox and the connections and anyone who backed Juliet Foxtrot had to be a little bit disappointed she gave it up in the stretch.
Yeah, it was a little bit disappointing that she didn't win that race. She was a very short price, and even though she didn't make the lead, she didn't have a real big trip excuse in there. A little bit disappointing, Dan. I guess it, could give you some optimism if you wanted to try to beat this horse at a short price.
Let's watch Juliet Foxtrot's run in the Jenny Wiley. Again, she was able to make the lead, and that was really the key here. When you go a half and 49 and 2 in 1 mile and a 16th race, they're not going to catch you. Juliet Foxtrot might have a similar situation in this spot. I wonder if Nay Lady Nay will try to get close to the pace, Mike. She won the Matchmaker from stalking range last year. She ran an okay third in the Flower Bowl when they stretched her out. It just appears that Flower Bowl hasn't come back very strong, and I wonder if that race knocked her out a little bit because her 2 starts this year have been underwhelming.
Yeah, I feel the same way about her. I mean, at least when you're going back to her races last year, and obviously Chad never really ran her, in the bigger races until the end of that campaign, you just sort of felt like she was a little underrated, but very well managed by Chad. I personally don't like either of her races this year. So we'll see if she can, find a way to get back to her good form, because I guess her good form would give her a chance in here.
Perhaps cutting back to middle distances is just what the doctor ordered for the 7 California Queen. This is a German bred that ran longer distance races over there. She had put blinkers and Lasix on and cut her back to a mile and a 16th for this race at Belmont, and non-winners of 2 other then. And California Queen was held up behind a moderate pace. She's finally going to swing off cover here, and she's going to grind these horses down. A good effort, and I'm not going to hold the 85 fig against her. Tough to get a fig when there's no pace to run at.
Yeah, they went slow early in this race, and then she came home pretty fast late. I don't think she was beating, the greatest field in the world here, Dan. It feels like she's stepping, way, way, way up in class against this field, but she did run well last time.
Let's take a look at our top picks for the Grade 3 Matchmaker. Mike, you've been a fan of Always Shopping pretty much all year long, just a very consistent horse who just seems like a really good fit at this level. I think she can stay close enough to the pace.
Yeah, I'm hoping that she can. More than anything else, Dan, I realize that Juliet Foxtrot's the horse to beat here, but I sort of feel like I'm always against that horse. I'm not going to stop being against her now. I'm going to hope I can get a good trip in here with the 1 and beat her.
To be honest, I tried to find anybody to go against Juliet Foxtrot in here. I just didn't fall in love with anybody else, and I think that if she gets a clear advantage early, we might have a repeat of the Jenny Wiley. 5-2-3-1 for me, 1-5-2-6 for Mike. It's the Grade 3 Matchmaker. It's Haskell Saturday. Good luck.